What's good, everybody? This is MsTechNotFancy back with a new video. And I want to give a shout out to my new subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I'll do my best to entertain you or inform you or whatever reason why you started following me on YouTube. And for those who've been rocking with me since day one, thank you. Because I actually made it to over 800 subscribers. Like, oh my god, like, and I noticed since I've been pumping more videos out, I'm gaining more followers, although it's a little bit at a time. I still appreciate it, I really do, so because I do this part-time. So let's get into the video. Anyway, just want to give y'all a shout out. So I don't know if you guys heard about Bumble banning those who are body shaming. So for those who didn't know what Bumble is, because for me, I didn't really know about Bumble like that until today. I mean, I heard about the service, but I didn't really know too much about it. So I went on their website, and pretty much is another Tinder, right? Another dating app. They say, oh, you can meet new professionals and network and all that. I'm like, no, everybody's going to these dating sites to hook up, okay? Like, there's like Tinder. Tinder is a fucking app, not a dating app. We've seen people, oh, I'm just not looking for love. I'm like, if you want to look for love, get a matchmaker or pay for those real services. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to pay to find love, okay? Like Christian Mingle or the Jewish website, they got one for the Muslim website. You're gonna have to, those services you're gonna have to pay to look for somebody, okay? You can't use these free sites. You gotta weed the weed people out. But anyway, so what Bumble is, they pretty much is like I said, another Tinder app, but this time pretty much the woman's in control because the CEO, her name is Wendy Wolf Hurd. She's about, I think she's in her 30s, early 30s, and to me, for me, she's a go-getter with this because she's already doing well. Actually, they will actually go public soon, so look out for them in the market, if you know what I mean. So around Valentine's Day, just keep your eyes out. That's all I gotta say. With that, that's something I think, I heard the shares. I'm gonna put the links in the description for everything. Well, I know this is a side note because I had the list, but I kind of went too ahead of my list. But I'm just gonna say it anyway. Since Bumble will be on the market around Valentine's Day, I won't say the day of Valentine's Day, but around probably like that same week or before the Valentine's Day. I think I saw that the shares would start out between $28 to $30, which is cool because that's gonna, if it's around that price, it's good for us because it's not really high, and good for them because it's gonna bring their network to increase. So yeah, so that's with that, because that part was short. So looking at well, I don't know if you guys heard, they actually will start banning. I think they already put this in. I think they update their terms and policies already. They will ban anyone who is body shaming. First, I heard this from multiple sources. The website I was on, the article that I read from, they said they would address men and women, but Bumble is a woman's dating app, pretty much. Like, the woman has to make the first move for the dude to even talk to her. Meaning that, to say if a woman and man are matched with each other, she has to message him first. He can't even message her. So I'm thinking like, okay, that's interesting. What happens if she a side chick? Like, sometimes some chicks can't break the ice like that. But if she on there, shit, look. If you a woman on Bumble, that means you gonna make the first move. You ain't afraid. You can't be shy on there. Okay. I never used a dating website before, so I don't do that. There's nothing wrong with it. I have nothing against it. Me personally, after the Craigslist killer, I could look that up yourself. That scared the shit out of me. And that made me not want to meet random people on the internet like that. Okay. But anyway, so my thoughts on that. Well, I'm actually thinking like, how would this impact the dating site? Because since they're saying like, oh, we'll ban anybody who for body shaming, and plus they say they have actually people looking at these reports. So I feel like they will apply some bias to them, because just say a guy's act like a chick, if a chick asks a dude like, oh, why you not interested, and he be saying, oh, because you're not my type, because you're too big, I want a smaller woman, she could report him and he could get banned for that. Okay, because come on now. And plus, since the CEO is a woman, um she's gonna hire more women, and I think a lot of women get sensitive when it comes to like our weight and stuff. Like, for me, I think body shaming, it's like levels to it. Like, if your friends saying like, yo, you got fat, I'm the type, yo, I'm from LA, when we see you getting fat, we let you know, like, yo, you fat, you fucking fat, what the hell happened? We want you to explain yourself why you got big. You know what I'm saying? Like, my homegirl Queens, I did that to her. I was like, yo, why you fat? She's like, man, the New Yorkers, they explain themselves too. It's like, man, I fucked up. Because you're taking accountability. You see what I'm saying? So I'm mad at some of my friends saying like, oh, you got buff. Like, that's not a compliment to me. I'm like, dude, I worked out. I overdid it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gained 35 pounds of muscle mass. That's too, now I'm too heavy now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking like a male boxer. That ain't cool. You see what I'm saying? I'd rather somebody tell me like, yo, you getting too buff. Now I'm like, yeah, I take accountability. So now I'm on the path to losing it, and I'm hoping that it won't take me long like it did last time, because last time I only gained like 15 pounds of muscle mass, which was really easy to lose. But this 35 pounds of muscle mass, and my thighs are like solid, and I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling it. I'm like, I should not be walking around like a man. You know what I mean? So I gotta change it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I just shame myself. Like, oh, I'm ashamed, I gotta change it. That's how I take things. But one thing too, they talk. I think they put in their terms, like, if you're like, racism, what else, harassment and all that. I think in that policy they put fat phobia, which I find it interesting when people use that term, because the definition of phobia is you're afraid of something. I met like people who are afraid of birds, frogs, spiders, snakes. Those are phobias. On one is crazy. I only met one guy of all my years living on this earth that was homophobic, right? And I told him, like, when he said I'm homophobic, I'm like, well, I told him, like, are you afraid of him? That's why the first thing I asked, he's like, yes, I am. He's like, I'm comfortable around them. I don't trust them. It didn't matter what I say to him. Like, well, not everybody, don't have this idea of somebody based on their lifestyle. He didn't give a damn, and that's why some people, I'm like, hey, people are gonna think the way they think. It doesn't matter what you say. So like, that's one person I met that was in that, I said the phobia, which, that didn't say homophobia. That's the only terminology. I don't see one person being afraid. You got some people who just don't like motherfuckers. He's like, I don't like you because. But fat phobia, I'm like, I never heard anybody being afraid of a fat person. But one thing too, I think is kind of, I'm interested with what happened within the company, because they have about 42 million users and about 2.3 million paid users. So I don't know how many of those are males, but because I remember seeing in the article saying all men and women could get banned. But I'm like, if a woman called a dude fat, I don't think that they would be banned. A man calling a woman fat, hell yeah, he's gonna get banned. So I'm just interested in what would happen, but it's kind of like, don't have this, to me, like, if a woman is on there, if a guy's not interested because of her weight, either she wants to change her appearance or accept that he ain't feeling her. You know what I mean? Like, you got some dudes who like the big girls, the BBWs, you know what I mean? If you like your BBW, go ahead, go for it. But I just kind of feel like this, you have to like me. No, nobody has to like your fucking ass. You see what I'm saying? So it'd be different. Somebody like just being super hateful and disrespectful. Like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, yeah, don't be no douchebag. Ban a douchebag. That makes sense. But if it's somebody like I'm just thinking like if I think definitely those who watch these, monetize these reports. I believe that they will. Um, I think they might misinterpret it. And I think a lot of innocent or misunderstood situations I think, those guys would get banned. So that's just my thoughts on the Mumble. I want to say Mumble. Bumble app. It's kind of hard. I want to say Mumble, like Rumble, Bumble. But tell me your guys' thoughts on, the situation with Bumble banning users based on not liking, I guess, BBWs. Um, to me, like, unless it's somebody being extremely hateful and being extremely disrespectful, somebody mind their business, that's one thing. Um, they said even if it's on their profile, they will ban you. I want to think if somebody's serious in dating somebody, I don't think somebody would just put that in their bio. But you might have a douchebag that's trolling. You got the trolls, so the troll's gonna troll. So, and for those who are like, let's say, insecure, whatever, not just your weight, but anything, just you have to build your confidence. But anyway, that's it. I talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.